Thanks, Livy. This is Mr. Derry making a correction on our work done by our biker. Livy was having trouble coming up with my answers, and that's because I made a mistake. So let's just take a look at what I did wrong so that you guys can see where I made a mistake. Let's see if I can get my calculator up here. So as you can see here, I've actually spelled out the problem correctly, but I didn't do the math correctly. What I forgot is the 2. I've got pi in here, but to get this number, I accidentally left out the 2. So I'm going to do what's in this parentheses first because there's nothing that needs to get done in here. So I take my 294.26 and I multiply it times my pi, and I come up with this number. And then if I multiply that number times my 28.57, which is my torque, I end up with 26,411, which is this. I don't know where I goofed up here. I must have abbreviated for pi or something. So somewhere along the line, I forgot the 2. Thankfully, Livy has corrected me. So let's take a look at what that answer is supposed to be. So if we take same values here, but remember the 2, I'm going to say 2 times pi equals, get that value first, and then multiply that times our 294.26, which is a much bigger value. We take that and we multiply it times our 28.57 newtons, and we end up with corrected joules of the work being done at 52,822. So I need to correct this number. Whoops, where'd my calculator go? Put that over here for a moment. How did I end up there? So again, Livy, thanks for pointing that out. I had forgotten my 2 here. The correct answer is this guy right here, which really needs to get put into these other values. Now, assuming, which is going to change all of our issues here, assuming that all of these are now this value, folks are going to come up with different answers. I will accept your answers if you use the ones that were in the original document, and so your answers are essentially going to be half, or if you make the correction. So the wattage here is going to be much different, right? So let's take a look at that. Let's divide that number now by the 177 for our time, and our watts now come in at 298.4. All right. Thanks again, Livy. I am embarrassed to say that I have goofed up. I knew this was going to be a tricky unit, and I made a simple mistake. Again, I'll take credit if you use the values that I gave in half down for these other pieces.